Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we cut through the money myths and face the patterns that keep people stuck even when they're winning on paper. Picture this. You finally get the promotion you've been grinding for. Your paycheck jumps maybe 20%, maybe 40%, and for a hot second you feel like you've made it. You celebrate, maybe treat yourself to something nice, and then life feels exactly the same. Or worse, the extra money disappears faster than it arrived. Rent goes up because you can afford it now. Friends expect fancier hangouts. You upgrade the car because the old one doesn't match the new role. And suddenly you're working longer hours for the same stress level, same tight feeling at the end of the month. If that story just made your stomach drop, you're not ungrateful. You're not bad with money. You're experiencing lifestyle inflation, the silent thief that turns every raise into a fancier version of broke. It's so common it has a name, and it's happening to millions who think just a little more income is the answer. Today we're whiteboarding why promotions often feel like moving to a nicer cage instead of escaping the cage, why their relief is so short-lived, and how the math and the system team up to make sure most of that raise never reaches your net worth. Stick with me for 20 minutes. We're going to validate that weird mix of pride and panic first, because you can't break a cycle until you stop blaming yourself for being in it. Let me lean into that feeling with you. You open the new pay stub, see the bigger number, and think, this is it. This is when things get easier. Then the first direct deposit hits and nothing changes. Actually, things get tighter. The landlord notices you got promoted. Small talk, LinkedIn, whatever. And the renewal notice comes with a bigger increase. Your partner says, we deserve to celebrate, so you go out more. You buy better clothes for the new role. The gym membership upgrades because you're worth it. Before you know it, the extra $800 a month is spoken for new expenses you didn't have before, and you're still checking the balance before buying groceries. The worst part? You feel guilty for not feeling grateful. I make more than I ever have. Why am I still anxious? That dissonance is brutal. It's not ingratitude. It's your nervous system correctly sensing that the increase didn't buy freedom, it bought higher expectations. I've gotten so many comments and DMs like this. I doubled my income in 3 years, and I'm more stressed than when I was making half. Same. We're about to draw the mechanism so clearly that the next time a raise lands, you'll see the trap coming instead of walking into it. You're not failing at success. You're succeeding in a system designed to capture every dollar of progress. Think about the last time money came in unexpectedly, a bonus, tax refund, side gig payout. How long did the breathing room last? A week? A month? Then the creep started: new subscriptions, nicer takeout, treating yourself because you earned it. That's not moral weakness. That's a predictable human response when society equates higher income with higher status, and status is visible through consumption. The promotion feels like escape, but it often just upgrades the prison cell: better view, nicer furniture, same bars. Today we whiteboard lifestyle inflation so you can spot it in real time and protect the gains that actually matter. You deserve the raise and the freedom it could bring. Let's make sure you get both. Whiteboard time. Let's get precise. Draw 2 columns, pre-raise and post-raise. Pre-raise, income $60,000, expenses $55,000, savings $5,000 a year. Post-raise, income $80,000, plus 33%. If expenses stay $55,000, savings jump to $25,000 a year. Huge win. But they don't stay. Draw the inflation creep. New apartment plus $400 month. Car upgrade $300 month payment. Dining out $200 month. Clothes, grooming $150 month. Subscriptions plus $50 month. Total new expenses $1,100 month or $13,200 a year. Net savings increase only $1,800 a year instead of $20,000. That's 90% of the raise captured by lifestyle. Sketch the long-term fork. Path A, no inflation. Extra $20,000 year invested at 8% for 20 years gives tilde. $1 million in additional wealth. Path B, 90% inflation. Extra $2,000 year invested gives tilde. $100K additional wealth. Gap, $900,000 lost future value. Draw the curve. Lifestyle inflation often eats 70 to 90% of raises in middle income. Brackets, studies from behavioral finance and consumer spending data back this. Why so high? Anchoring plus social comparison. Your brain anchors to the new income as the new normal. Peers, coworkers, social media reset your reference point. What felt luxurious becomes baseline fast. Add hedonic adaptation layer. Happiness spike from raise lasts 3 to 12 months, then returns to prior baseline. To recapture the feeling, you spend more creating a spiral. Equation sketch. Net wealth gain equals raise amount times 1, inflation capture rate, times compound factor. Capture rate 0.7 to 0.9 for most. Compound factor over decades turns small leaks into massive shortfalls. Real example. Viewer Sarah emailed went from $55,000 to $95,000 over 4 years. Expenses rose from $48,000 to $88,000. Savings rate stayed approximately 5%. She felt richer for 6 months, then poorer than before because baseline expectations had doubled. The math is clear. Raises don't build wealth unless you protect them from lifestyle creep. The promotion isn't poverty. It's the inflation that turns it into a fancier version of the same trap. Now zoom out. This isn't just personal habit. Whiteboard the lifestyle inflation machine. Gears. Consumer culture gives. Social media gives employer incentives, gives economic structure. Consumer culture. Advertising and status goods are designed to scale with income. Luxury brands target exactly the newly promoted demographic. Suddenly you're in their ads. You've earned this. Messaging makes spending feel like self-respect. Social media. Constant exposure to peers upgrades, new cars, vacations, homes resets comparison group. Your $80,000 feels middle class when everyone you follow is flexing $120,000 lifestyles. Employer incentives. Promotions come with higher visibility, longer hours, more client entertainment. You're expected to look the part. Dress codes, networking events, travel all cost money. Companies benefit from employees who spend to signal status because it keeps them motivated to climb further. Economic structure. Wage growth lags cost of living in housing, education, healthcare. Raises barely cover inflation, so any extra gets absorbed immediately. No universal safety nets mean people spend raises on buffers, better insurance, bigger emergency fund that still feel like consumption. Empathy check. You didn't invent a world where status is signaled through visible spending. You were conditioned into it. The system captures raises because it needs consumption to grow GDP and needs workers chasing the next rung to stay productive. Blaming yourself for lifestyle creep ignores that the game rewards spending the gains, not saving them. Seeing the machine lifts the guilt. You're not undisciplined. You're navigating a rigged incentive landscape. Now we whiteboard how to hack it anyway. Last whiteboard protection, not perfection. 1. Pre-commit the raise. Before the money hits, decide percentages. For example, 50% to savings, investing, 30% to debt, buffer, 20% to lifestyle. Automate transfers day of direct deposit. 2. Invisible raise technique. Keep living on pre-raise budget for 6 to 12 months. Bank the difference. After the adaptation period, decide what, if any, lifestyle upgrade is worth it. 3. Status audit. List new expenses post-raise. Ask each, does this buy freedom or just signal status? Cut or downgrade anything in the second category. 4. Peer group hygiene. Curate feeds, unfollow flex accounts. Follow people who share savings wins or simple living. Comparison is the thief of joy and raises. 5. Reward delay. Delay big purchases 90 days. Most urges fade. Use the weight to calculate opportunity cost. For example, $5,000 vacation equals $30,000 plus in 20 years at 8%. 6. Build non-consumption wins. Celebrate raises with time, extra vacation days, experiences, free, cheap, or future security, extra Roth contribution, not stuff. 7. Long game. Aim for income jumps that outpace inflation creep, side hustles, skill stacking, job hops. Bigger deltas are harder to fully absorb. Realistic wrap. Some lifestyle upgrade is normal and okay. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Goal is conscious choice, not monk mode. Protect 40 to 60% of every raise and you'll compound real wealth. Closing. Promotions don't cause poverty, lifestyle inflation does. Your raise didn't buy a fancier cage. The system sold you one, but you can refuse the sale. If this shifted something for you, like, subscribe, share with someone celebrating a raise. Comment. What percentage of your last raise disappeared into new expenses? And what's one boundary you're setting next time? Let's protect our gains together. You earned that money. Make sure it works for you, not against you. See you next freer, not fancier.